Hello, my gorgeous Aries. How are you guys? This is Debs, and this is your reading for mid-October 2025. And oh my goodness, Aries, the vision that came through for you was kind of crazy. I saw someone making a cake. They had the two halves of what looked like a sponge cake. And they had a mixing bowl in between these two halves of this sponge cake, as if they were mixing a filling. But what they did was they went outside and there was a cement mixer. And they poured cement into the mixing bowl and ran back into the kitchen and started smearing cement in the center of this sponge cake. Aries, what's going on? Are you pretending to do something nice for someone? Are you pretending to give something to someone, but you're kind of silently hoping that they're going to break their teeth when they bite into this sponge cake because the cement's going to harden? It's going to be like biting into rock. Weird. Are you, Aries, presenting something to someone, but you're taking out the best bit? You're taking out the lovely creamy filling. So all they're actually left with is a sort of shell of a cake. Let's get into this, guys. Let's see what this is all about. Such a weird vision. This is the Steampunk Tarot. Everything is down below, guys. I'm still offering 30% off 30-minute love readings. I'm keeping that running because many of you feel it's a lot more affordable. Okay, that's fine. If you want to join the channel, the link is there too. All the decks are listed. So Aries, it's all symbolism, guys. Let's just see what comes through. Are you trying to placate someone with something? But what you're thinking about is, once they realise that what I've given them is not actually worth anything, it's going to be too late anyway. But Aries, you may be wanting to teach someone a lesson of some kind. This could be somebody who always expects gifts. This could be somebody who's always there with their hand out. This could be somebody who you've overindulged in the past. You may be teaching this person a lesson. Okay. I don't know, guys. It has a really strange energy surrounding that vision. You're either wanting to cement something, make it really solid, right? And present it to someone in a way that this is rock solid. Or Aries, are you, in the nicest sense, guys, are you sort of standing up for yourself? Or almost a sense of, yeah, you know what, you wanted a beautiful sponge cake, you're really greedy. I'm going to make sure that the filling inside is cement. I don't know. Aries, what's going on here, guys? You know, it's almost as if, oh, you think that's a beautiful sponge cake? You wait until you bite into it. How weird. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Aries, you could be thinking that something's destiny. You could be moving into a new cycle. Or you feel someone hasn't changed and they're hoping for a new cycle of being indulged. Okay. Let's see. Temperance. All right, Aries. You're being divinely guided, Aries. You may be trying to calm things down with someone who might have been overindulgent. You may be wanting to patch things up with someone, but you're wanting something specific Aries, from them or from a reconciliation. I have to do this even though I don't want to do this because I want this person on my side, right? Sag energy for some. 3 of Cups. Yeah, you are reconciling with someone, calming something down. But Aries, you have your own agenda. And I don't think it's negative, Aries, at all. I think you're dealing with someone that you might have found out was quite strategic. And you're sort of, in the nicest sense, playing them at their own game. In the past, the Star. In the past, Aries, you tried to look to the bigger picture. You may have been in communication with an Aquarian, or you may have had to heal from a situation that was toxic. After that time, guys, the Devil, Capricorn energy. Someone, Aries, was sitting in a really negative energy, an obsessive energy. In your thoughts, the Chariot, Cancerian energy. Aries, you want victory and success. You want to move forward and progress in a situation. So you're having to play nice with someone and offer them something that looks beautiful on the outside, but you may know, Aries, it doesn't actually have a lot of substance. But because this person may be sitting in, I've got to say it, a little bit of greed, they're going to snatch it from you, they're going to grab it, and then you're going to go, right? It's as if, okay, yeah, you want this beautiful cream cake? Lovely, you have it. And whilst they take it into the kitchen, drooling over this beautiful big cream cake that you've made for them, you're running out the back door with a suitcase. Okay, great. You happy? Lovely. Made you a big cream cake. Yeah, you enjoy that. And before they bite into it and realise that the filling is cement, you're out the back door. Are you in some way trying to divert this person's attention in order for you to do something that you want to do? Are you teaching this person a lesson, Aries? In the immediate future, the Magician. Yeah, ooh, guys, you are in full manifestation mode. Full manifestation mode. In your fears, the Death card, Scorpio. What you're fearing, Aries, is some kind of life change. You're fearing change, so you don't want change. In the environment is the Empress. Aries, you're wanting to manifest something, but you're needing to keep someone here happy. But what you're offering them is not actually worth anything. It's like giving somebody a beautiful box, lots of bows and ribbons, stunning wrapping paper. You hand this person this box with a flourish. There you go. I bought you a lovely present, and they snatch it and they think, oh, great, great, great. Aries has given me a present. But by the time they've opened up the present and realized it's just an empty box, you've left, right? Something like that. It's a weird energy. In your hopes, hoping to have the courage to put this plan in action. And the outcome, Aries, weird, the Moon. Now, Aries, either this is you hiding something, you're making out that whatever you're doing here is wonderful, look what I brought for you, isn't it beautiful? Or Aries, you're sitting in fear that this plan is simply not going to work. I don't know why. I'm seeing somebody take a ring into a jeweller's and saying to the jewellers, I have a feeling this is cubic zirconia rather than a diamond. Can you check that? And the guy is coming back and saying it's really clear it's absolutely not a diamond. It's just cut glass. And the person that owns the ring is getting very angry. Oh my God, they gave me something worthless, right? They gave me something worthless, but pretended it was a beautiful big diamond. I don't know what's going on here, guys. Clarification for you, Aries. The Page of Cups. You could be thinking about a child, Page of Cups, maybe a water sign child, or what you're thinking about, Aries, is an apology. Two of Swords. Okay, I'm hearing, I'm going to apologize and then I'm going to go. I'm going to apologize and then I'm going to cut this person out of my life. But they don't know you're about to do that, Aries. Whoever sat in the energy of the Empress, okay, Page of Swords, has given you a difficult message of truth. Hasn't been very nice, might have been very cutting, could be a Taurus or a Libra. Six of Cups. They're telling you a truth about the past, or they are angry about the past. Underneath the deck, Aries, King of Wands, I might be connecting with a masculine. Okay, guys, you're coming through as taking some kind of action. You want to move into a new cycle. You're thinking about the Wheel of Fortune. You are taking action, but you're being very strategic about it. King of Swords. You have a plan. You have a plan. Because, Aries, you're in love with someone. You have a plan because you're in love with someone. You're taking action. Why do I feel, Aries, that in the nicest sense, you may have been dealing, and I hate to say this, as a masculine, with a tricky Empress who may have been all about the stability of a connection, gifts, things bought for her, right? Sitting in abundance, that sort of thing. You know that this Empress has got used to you being very generous. What I think you plan on doing, Aries, is to give her a gift, which actually isn't worth anything, and then sort of head off and pursue someone that you're actually in love with. And I know that sounds a bit harsh, guys, but that's what I'm getting. It's almost as if you know that this person, your partner, loves gifts, they love surprises, they love flowers. They may be very particular about what they like and what they don't like. Your love language, Aries, might have been gifts. It might also be, Aries, that this is someone who may have had a difficult upbringing. And so the way this person feels secure is with things. Rather than demonstrations of love, they want things because it makes them feel secure. The more material possessions they have, the happier they are. Aries, I think you found yourself in a tricky situation where what you're realizing is your partner's just all about the money. All about the money. And I think, Aries, you felt almost trapped, I'm hearing like a bird in a cage. You've almost felt trapped, dying to spread your wings, dying for freedom. But you might have been in a relationship with, dare I say it, an Empress who was all about the money. Show me the money. I'm almost getting this Empress and you having an argument. This is you, right? Remembering that in the past you gave this Empress that you might later have married a lovely little bouquet of wild flowers, but she may have been angry. Aries, why did you just go into a field and pick wildflowers? Why didn't you go into a florist and buy me 10 dozen red roses? You know, it's that sort of thing. You might have been a bit brought up short with that mindset. It's not good enough. It's not expensive, Aries, right? How much did this cost you? Is it cheap? If it's cheap, I don't want it. You know, that sort of thing. Aries, I think you've got a bit fed up with this. And I do feel also that your heart lies elsewhere. And I think what you're planning on doing in the nicest sense is giving this Empress one last gift, which actually isn't worth anything at all, almost to teach them a lesson. Yeah, you're so greedy. Okay, you want another gift? All right, I'm going to give you this, but actually it's not a beautiful cream sponge cake. It's got cement in the middle of it, right? Something like that. And then before she realizes what you've actually given her, you're going to head off. You're going to head off. And that might be that. Guys, this is a really uncomfortable energy for me to work with, because this, Aries, I have to say, is almost about you getting your own back. But everyone has lessons to learn, so we'll carry on. If this ends up being a reading that really is slipping into dark shadow energy, I might not post it. We will see, because it's not what I like to deal with, but it might have come through for someone in particular who really needs to hear this. So guys, Temperance, 3 of Cups. I think, Aries, with the energy of Temperance, you have been very calm in dealing with a rather demanding partner. I think with the 3 of Cups, you are wanting to balance the situation out with an Empress. You're wanting her just sort of calm down. And then I think you're hoping to manifest walking out the door somehow. Let's see how this works, Aries. Let's see what you're going to do. Okay. We have the Lovers and the Hierophant. Okay. All right. Wow. Aries, you may be in a connection with a Taurian or a Gemini. I think, Aries, what you've realized is your partner that you're married to has been cheating on you for a long time. It may have been a shock. It may have been a shock, Aries, and I think this is you wanting to get your own back. You have said to your partner, okay, I'll forgive you. Yeah, no problems. You know, we'll reconcile. But Aries, you have other intentions. It's almost as if you wanted to put this person in the comfort zone of knowing that you'd forgiven them, but then you sort of wanted to get your own back. Yeah, you think I've really forgiven you for cheating on me after I've been so generous, after you've demanded things of me? Yeah, you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. I'm about to do something you're not going to like. It's that energy. So, Aries, you've patched things up with your partner. King of Pentacles. I think you're coming through as head of the household. You're coming through as the King of Pentacles, right? You are the King of Pentacles, King of Wands. Or, Aries, you found out that your Empress was having a quiet, lovely little fling with a King of Pentacles. And you've just realized this, right? You patched things up, but you might have found out that your partner was cheating and pretending that they were single. Wow. So, Aries, I don't know whether or not you two are estranged or you have a marriage where you don't actually see each other that much. You could travel for work. You could drive long distance for work. You may go away a lot for work trips, and it seems that your Empress, when you're away, has just acted as if she was single. You know, sitting in a lovely property that you've paid a mortgage on, you're sending her gifts the whole time from your trips. You know, I'm sorry, darling, I can't be with you. I bought you a lovely present. And, you know, she's got used to this. But what you've realized is she slipped into a bit of shadow and she simply started cheating on you because you're not there. And guys, no judgment. I mean, maybe Aries, it's been very difficult for her. You could even be in the forces, something like that. But you sort of had enough because you felt that by giving this Empress a lovely life, a roof over her head, beautiful clothes, you know, lovely gifts, she was okay with the status quo, with you being away. What you're realizing is she's lapped up the presents. She's sitting in stability thanks to you. She could be a stay-at-home wife, but she's been cheating on you for the longest time. Maybe it's her way of getting back at you, Aries, if you're never around, if you're never at home. I don't know. But Aries, you're not happy. Let's have a look at the past. What's the energy of the star? The Emperor. There you are, Aries, Emperor. So you may have been well known for the work that you do. You may have been a rising star. You may have been all about your career, to be honest. You might have been. Seven of Cups. You may have had options, Aries. You may have had options around you when you were away from home. Ace of Swords. But you always told the truth about your situation. As in, yes, I'll flirt with you and I will have lunch together, but I'm not sleeping with you because I'm a married man, right? So you might have done a little bit of flirting. You may have, you know, just enjoyed a bit of attention whilst you were away from your wife. But I don't think, Aries, you took it further because you stayed in the integrity of the Emperor, Emperor, Empress, right? You didn't act on your passions. After that time, with the energy of the Devil, you may have realized, Aries, that you were not very happy in the situation you found yourself in, you know, working long hours, trying to bring in money to make your Empress happy, to pay for what she wanted, but you were devoid of love because you two rarely saw each other, you know? It's as if, well, she's got what she wants. I've given her a beautiful home, a lovely kitchen, nice clothes, gifts, but I'm not getting what I need, which could be, to be honest, Aries, you know, passionate nights, that sort of thing, because we never see each other. Yeah. Aries, I think with the energy of the Devil and the Eight of Pentacles, you were working, bringing the money in to give your Empress sort of a good life. You may even have enjoyed her leaning on you. Oh, Aries, you're my hero. You know, you're working so that I can have a good life, or you're working so we can pay off the mortgage early. But Aries, I think you got increasingly despondent with this lifestyle because it just wasn't doing it for you. It wasn't feeding you. It's as if everything you were earning was going to your Empress, but you weren't getting anything from this. Four of Cups, you weren't happy. You might have pretended you were happy, but Aries, you weren't. Because you weren't getting the love, the support, the attention that you needed. I mean, this could be women sort of, you know, coming on to you. Aries, you're so handsome. Aries, oh, you know, maybe we can spend some time together. But eventually you had to say, look, I'm sorry, I'm married, right? I'm sorry, I'm married. I can't accept this love from you. I can't, I'm married. And Aries, I think you just felt, what's it all about, right? Am I going to be working to provide my Empress with what she wants until the day I die, whilst being devoid of love myself? Because this is you pushing away offers of love. Four of Cups is, yeah, you're offering me love, but I can't accept it because I'm an Emperor, I'm married, right? And Aries, it may have eaten away at you a little bit. You know, what is life all about if all I'm doing is working, slogging away, traveling, you know, whatever this was for you, sending presents back to my Empress, trying to keep her happy. Here you go, darling, there's another gift. Whereas you were in some, you know, grotty 3-star holiday inn somewhere, and sorry, no disrespect, but you know what I mean. Some holiday inns are lovely, but you know what I mean. Thinking, why am I doing this? This isn't a proper relationship, right? King of Cups. Aries, deep down, you have a lot of love for your Empress. Deep down, you have a lot of love for your Empress. Maybe you didn't express it as much as you should have, you know? Maybe this is you thinking, I should express how I feel to my Empress. Knight of Swords. I think, Aries, with the Knight of Swords, this tells me that inside there was a building sense of pressure. I love my Empress, but all I'm doing is working. I'm exhausted. I'm fielding off offers of love left, right and centre because I'm trying to be faithful to my wife. Whereas she sat at home just enjoying the fruits of my labour, whereas I'm not getting anything from this, you know? Feeling angry. I think even though you loved your Empress, Aries, you felt a sense of anger. What about me? What about my needs, my desires, my hopes and dreams? Does it have to be all about her, right? You felt angry, Aries. I'm feeling that sense of anger bubble up. I am. Tell us about the Chariot. Aries, this is you wanting to progress. Or this could be you going back home again to see your Empress, if this is long distance. You could be thinking of a Cancerian in the mix. 8 of Swords. Wow. Aries, I think this is done for you. Because even though you have love for your Empress, what you're realizing is it's got a lot worse. She's wanted bigger, more expensive gifts to keep her happy. And you've got to the point where you're just feeling depleted because you feel left out in the cold. No love, no attention, no affection, no romance, no passion. It's as if you're a shell. You've given everything you possibly can to your work and to your Empress, but you feel empty inside. There's nothing for you. I think, Aries, with the 8 of Swords, you've been in your head about leaving. You have been in your head about leaving, and I have to say, to potentially pursue someone that you met, that you had to push away in the past. Now, that person could be a Sagittarian, could be a Cancerian. I'm also hearing Scorpio. Aries, I think you're ready to go. I think you're ready to leave. Because I think the final straw for you is finding out that your Empress, sitting in a house that you paid for, not working, is what I'm getting, who's very picky about the gifts that you sent her. Yeah, no, I don't want wildflowers, thank you very much. Yeah, not good enough. What about red roses, right? Buy me something expensive. Aries, you're just done with this because you also found out she's cheating on you. Ten of Wands. You can't do this anymore. You thought you could handle this, but you can't. You can't handle this. You can't handle this, Aries. What else is on your mind? Judgment, yeah. You may want to call Judgment Day on your Empress. You may give her an ultimatum. You may ask her to get a job. You may say to her, I know you've been cheating on me. You're ready to make a really serious decision, Aries. You're ready. You're ready. I think you've been ready for a long time, but you haven't wanted to face it. So in the immediate future, we have the Magician and the Empress. I think, Aries, what you're realizing is this is someone who might be angry with you about the past. It may well be, Aries, I married you thinking we'd have a really happy, loving marriage. I didn't realize you'd be spending 90% of the time away from home. I'm angry. And because of that, she's expected you to send her things, expected for you to support her as sort of recompense for not having you in her life very much. So this might have been something that just developed. I think, Aries, with the Magician, you are trying to manifest getting out of this relationship. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the Magician and the Empress for Aries? Thank you, Michael. Sorry, guys, I'm hearing January. All right. Aries, I think you're just going to ride through the rest of the year. Very calm, temperance. Okay. You may give something to your Empress, which you might say is very valuable, even though quietly you may feel it's not, right? But I've got to placate her because I'm going to be leaving. You know, it's something like that. I'm hearing January. I'm hearing the 10th of Jan. Any other dates? 9th, 10th of Jan. That's it. Okay. All right, guys. Let's have a look at what you're trying to manifest. What are you trying to manifest here? Wow. Yeah. Aries, you're trying to manifest the ending of your relationship. You're trying to manifest a tower. How are you going to manifest the tower, Aries? Because this isn't as simple, guys, as you saying to your partner, look, I'm really sorry. We have to have a serious talk because I haven't been happy for a long time. And I think you might have been unfaithful to me. No, Aries, you're trying to be a little strategic about this. Is this you being strategic because you may feel the first thing she's going to talk to you about is money? Well, okay, but Aries, you can't leave because what am I going to do? You support me, right? Something like that. Ooh, okay, Aries. Wow. Guys, I think what you're going to say to your Empress is, look, I'm really sorry. I've got some really bad news. I haven't got any money left. I haven't got any money left. I mean, you know, I've been very generous towards you. I've sent money home. You know, I've gone back home as much as I can. But you may even lie, Aries, and say that you've lost your job. Because what you're thinking about is, if your Empress doesn't think you've got any money left, she may end up leaving you, which means that you don't have to end things with her and be the bad guy. You're being very strategic, Aries. You know your Empress is all about the money. Show me the money. So what you're saying to your Empress is, yeah, I'm sorry, darling, but I'm broke. You know, I'm really sorry. You're going to have to move out of your beautiful house. Yeah, we're going to have to find a one-bed flat somewhere. I'm going to try and get another job as soon as I can. But, you know, it's really difficult these days. You know, jobs are few and far between, with the view that if she feels you've got no money left, she will leave you because she's all about the money. And I hate to say that, guys. You're being strategic. What you're saying is, yeah, you think I'm sat in the 10 of Pentacles? Yeah, no, I've got one pentacle left, right? I've got one pentacle left. Yeah. 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 What you're going to say to her is, 9 of Wands, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I have to break the bad news. I'm really sorry. But I just haven't got any money left. You know, I haven't got any left. It's all gone. It's all gone. You know, I mean, I've been very generous towards you. You've had some lovely, very expensive gifts, but I'm kind of tapped out. Yeah. So what you're going to say to her is, look, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to sell the house. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, we're going to have to move somewhere much cheaper. I'm going to try and afford an apartment somewhere, but it's going to be tough. You know, I don't have a lot of money. What are you hoping here, Aries? What are you hoping for? Yeah, that she's just going to walk away because you don't have any money left. Wow. You're hoping, Aries, that if she thinks you don't have any money, she's going to leave you for somebody that does. You may already know that she's dating someone behind your back. You may know that. Page of Wands. I think underneath, Aries, you're very angry. You're very angry. Angry in the situation you find yourself in. But you're not telling her that. You're not telling her that. Five of Cups. You're not happy, Aries. Not really. It's as if you didn't want it to come to this because initially you guys were so happy. But what you've realised is because of the life that you've ended up living, both of you as a couple, you've drifted further and further apart emotionally. She's become even more codependent on you, maybe out of anger that you're never there, more demanding, you know, I want this, I want that, because you're not here, Aries, right? Sort of trying to make it up to your Empress that you're not with her. But it's just got so toxic because Aries, you're devoid of love, right? Because you never see her. And she's become even worse than she was before. If she was codependent, she's now become a bit greedy and spoiled, Aries, I have to say. Wanting more and more and more to compensate for the lack of love in the relationship. And it's just so toxic now. And I think she's got to the point where she's met someone else. And so she stayed in a stable relationship, but because you're not there, Aries, she's cheated on you, you know? I mean, in many ways, can you blame her? But I think you're angry, Aries, because rather than her saying to you, Aries, I'm really sorry, but this isn't working for me. I miss you. I love you. Can you try and work something out so we can at least live together? Can you get a job closer to home? Or, I'm sorry, Aries, I've met someone. I think we should end the relationship. She hasn't done that. She's been a little bit sneaky. Because, Aries, she's sat in so much stability. I mean, the Empress is abundant. Right? What is her energy here? Yeah, Ace of Wands. So, Aries, I mean, you know, she cheats on you. She cheats on you. And she argues with you, right? She's not happy in this. She's not happy in this. What's she thinking about? Wow, lots of fives. Oh, 5, 5, 5. Aries, you may see 5, 5, 5. Fives always relate to a challenge, but if you add 3 5s together, that's 6. 6 is also about balance. So, Aries, it's almost as if you can ride through the storm, face the challenges, whether or not it's trying to patch up the marriage or the relationship, or whether or not it's you walking away, whatever the result of this energy you're sitting in, both of you, it is going to end up somehow bringing balance to your situation. What she's worried about is she's going to lose money, 5 of Pentacles, right? That's what she's thinking about. Oh my God, okay, I've got to be careful here because I could end up on the breadline. Or Aries, your partner is angry because what you're telling her is, I've got no money left. She may be arguing with you. Well, hang on, Aries, what happened to your great job? Well, I'm sure you could get another job earning quite a lot of money. You know, Aries, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You're sick of it. It's almost as if you want to shake her and say, look, I don't want to do this type of work anymore, or I don't want this type of lifestyle anymore. You're unhappy. 5 of Cups is, yeah, oh God, okay, she wants me to get a job so I can earn more money. Oh. Aries, all you want to do is end it. I think you've really had enough. Guys, this is such a challenging read, and I'm so sorry. What is she going to do here? Okay, she's going to say to you, Aries, that she wants to patch things up with you. She doesn't want you to leave. But what she's also thinking about is, as soon as Aries is out the door or he's elsewhere, I'm going to patch up things with my lover because he got a 3. I'm going to patch up things with my lover. Aries won't know, right? He's never around, you know, that sort of thing. Ooh, her lover could be a Virgo. But Aries, she feels left out in the cold. She's sort of sat in midlife crisis thinking, well, what's life all about? Yes, I'm surrounded by beautiful things, but it's been a soulless, loveless marriage. What is she thinking about? I've got to come up with a plan, is what I'm hearing. Okay, wow. You're both sitting in strategic energy. King and Queen of Swords, Empress, Emperor. This is not a happy marriage, Aries. This is a marriage of convenience. Both of you are being strategic. You may like the fact that you go home and your wife sat at home. It may give you some kind of kudos, right? Oh, I'm supporting my wife doesn't work type of thing. I think she likes the fact, Aries, that she doesn't have to work. And she likes the fact that she can do what she wants to do when you're not around. Both of you are being strategic. She's coming up with a plan, though. She's thinking very carefully, because I don't think she wants to end the relationship because you're giving her so much financial support. So even though she may have complained about the status quo, Aries, actually she's got what she believes as being the ideal life. She hasn't had to work. She could stay at home. She's got a beautiful house. And when you're away, Aries, working, she takes lovers. I mean, this is just a lovely life for her. She's got used to that. And in a strange way, Aries, she may not have felt there was anything wrong with that because you weren't around. It's almost as if you questioned her, she'd say to you, well, what the hell did you expect me to do? You know, you're away for weeks or months on end. I'm a woman. I need attention, affection. I need passion. You can't expect me just to live like a nun. So, but Aries, it's a challenge. What is the energy between you two? Yeah, it's been a long time coming, Aries. Knight of Coins. I think what you plan on doing is saying to her, look, it's been many years that I've given you a good life. I've paid for things. I've supported you. I'm going to be fair in this settlement, but I think we should end this. I think it's been a long time coming. I think it's been a long time coming. What is the energy of strength? Aries, I think you are hoping to have the courage with the 6 of Pentacles to leave this behind and to move on. Yeah. Strength can be dividing the assets. Aries, you may think, okay, I didn't want to go down this road, but I think we're heading for divorce. Something like that. Something like that. But we end with the moon. Now, the moon is you sat in fear. The moon is also Cancerian energy. You may be heading towards a Cancerian. Or the moon, Aries, is you feeling highly emotional about the situation. Maybe, Aries, this is you wishing that it didn't come to this. We will see. What is the energy of the moon? The High Priestess. So Aries, what you're going to be hiding is that you have a secret plan. You have a secret plan which is going to make you feel victorious with the energy of the 6 of Wands. Leo energy there. What's the Six of Wands? Okay, the Queen of Wands. Aries, I think at the end of the day, you're going to hold back from divorce. You're going to hold back from divorcing your Empress. Because, I've got to be honest, what this is you keeping a secret that you're not getting divorced. You may simply be saying to your partner, look, you know, I may as well live separately from you for longer periods of time because we never see each other anyway. I'm going to continue to give you money every month, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I think we should live as if we're both single, but you're not going to go through divorce. In the nicest sense, you're hoping to breadcrumb your Empress to pull back on the money you're giving her by threatening divorce, which you know she doesn't want, and then with the Moon, keep the secret that by wearing a bit of a false mask, you can pull in an Empress. Sorry, a mistress. Yeah. That's what you're hoping to achieve. Seven of Wands. But whoever this Queen of Wands is, Aries, she's going to be a bit defensive. Why is she going to be defensive? Because she's going to find out that you're still married, Ten of Pentacles. You're still a married guy. So it may not work pulling in a Queen of Wands, because she's going to realise, Aries, that you could never offer her marriage because you're not planning on getting divorced. Nine of Swords. You're going to have some sleepless nights about this, guys. I mean, this is you hoping to build some kind of life for yourself where you have love, attention, affection, passion, whilst hanging on to your money. So this is you saying to your Empress, Aries, I don't have any money left. I'm completely broke. I don't know what to tell you. With the hope that she's going to leave you, right? With the hope that she's going to divorce you, that's not going to work. Because what she's scared of is, well, even if Aries is sitting on the breadline and even if I have to move into a flat, I'd rather do that than get a job. Because she might have been codependent on you for many years. You know, getting a job after being a housewife for 20 odd years is scary. So she's like, okay, Aries, haven't got any money. It's okay, don't worry. You do what you do. You do what you can. If we have to sell the house, I will move. But yeah, we're not getting divorced. So she's going to say no to divorce because she wants to stay codependent on you. But this gives you the perfect out, Aries, because you're now sort of back in charge. She's bending over backwards because she doesn't want you to leave her, because you also would have found out that she's been cheating on you. So whilst you have arranged sort of to breadcrumb her financially, because as far as she's concerned, she doesn't think you've got much money, you're planning on moving forward with victory and success to find yourself a Queen of Wands, maybe to live with. You know, this is you coming in very confident to a Queen of Wands, as if, yeah, you know, I'm single, I've got a great job, you know, all that type of thing. But she's going to be defensive because she's going to find out you're still sat in the Ten of Pentacles. So with the Nine of Swords, Aries, you're going to pull back. You're going to pull back. It's as if, oh shit, that didn't work, right? Two of Wands. And you're going to be back at crossroads again, realising, okay, it's because I'm married. I'm not having much luck finding someone who wants to be an ongoing sort of mistress. It's not working. You know, the life that I'd hoped for is just not working because I'm legally, financially connected to this Empress of mine. Who's cheating on me? I mean, yeah. Aries, it's a tough situation. It's as if the ideal situation is, you know, that you would just have a clean start. But I don't think your Empress wants to let you go. I mean, you could try and force her, right? sorry, you don't want to divorce me, but I'm divorcing you. You could force her. But Aries, there may be family involved, there may be kids involved. You may not want to cause issues with other people. Might be awkward. 8 of Wands. Okay, Aries. You're pulling out the big guns, guys. I mean, what you're saying to your Empress is, because quietly what you're realizing is this Queen of Wands doesn't want to know. She doesn't want to know if you're still married. You're going to go back to your Empress and say, okay, I think we need to have a chat because you've been cheating on me, right? You've been cheating on me. I'm not happy about that. So I think I want to end the relationship. Is that what's happening? Yeah, you're calling her out for sitting in the Knight of Wands. It's as if, okay, this is the last resort. This is the final thing I could do. This is my final ace up my sleeve. I'm just going to face her, face my Empress and say, I know you've been cheating on me. So, sorry, you don't want to move into a divorce situation, but we are divorcing. What is going to happen after that time? The World, yeah. So Aries, wow, I think you are going to finally end a cycle of feeling left out in the cold, of feeling as if you were just living to work. I think, Aries, you're going to gain back your happiness. You may look back sometimes and think, wow, you know, I wasted 7 years of my life with the wrong person or in the wrong situation, but everyone has to learn lessons, right? Tell us about the person you're going to end up with. Queen of Pentacles. Aries, you may well end up in a beautiful relationship with a woman who is already financially stable. She could be divorced. She could be simply a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. She could have a great job. Aries, this is your perfect partner because this is someone who is going to want to sort of pull the chariot with you. This is somebody who would expect an equal give and take relationship. This is somebody who would not expect to be codependent. This is somebody who is highly independent. Aries, I think you're going to end up with a woman who is the total opposite of the woman that you've been married to. This is a hard worker. This is somebody who may have a high-flying job, earning a good salary. Aries, what you're realizing is this is the sort of person you've been looking for because it takes the pressure off you. Tell us about this Queen of Pentacles. I think you're going to be so much happier, Aries, so much happier. Yeah, 10 of Cups. Aries, you are going to move forward into a beautiful 10 of Cups relationship with this Queen of Pentacles. Okay? She may be a single parent. You're going to have a child here. She may be a single parent. But Aries, I think this is what you've been looking for. So if you have to go away and work, she's probably working as well. So it's much easier. Whereas I think your Empress might have sort of sat at home hour after empty hour with nothing much to do, feeling more and more frustrated, feeling more and more angry about the situation, and having time to overthink and overanalyze everything. So when you did see her, maybe things were really tense. You know, oh, you're back again, are you? Right, it's been a long time, Aries, you know. Whereas with this Queen of Pentacles, it's not going to be like that because she's going to be just as busy as you. It's perfect partnership. So guys, an interesting read. I hope you found it informative. I hope that it's helped you. Let me know down below in the comments if this is your story. Take care of yourselves, and of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, Aries. Bye now.